Hey, it's Speckles, I'm doing what's with me, Speckles here, coming to the video. In this video, I am going to be doing hybrid animals. So without further ado, let's roll intro, let's get into this video, and let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Okay. We do have your regular animals around here, but we have called hybrid animals. And both of them are relatively close to some other animals. Needless to say that they are interesting creatures. The first one I'm talking about is a creature that is a mix between a snake and, funny enough, for the record, that snake is, from what I can take a guess at, a titanoboa, because how motherfucking big these things are. And a motherfucking elephant. So it's called snake elephant, or whatever, I forget what the creature name is. Needless to say, these things are relatively long, and when I say long, I mean like over 100 feet long. Sometimes they're mistaken for worms, or sometimes even a tusked worm. Tusked worms are pretty much what it sounds like. A worm with, tusks. They are very territorial creatures, the tusked worms are, but these creatures, what the fuck were those things called again? Okay, where's those papers at? Documents. Let's see. Motherfucker, that ain't you. Over. Here we are. The African trunk-tusked snake, or the snake fin for short. They are sometimes confused for their diamondback relative, but they don't. It's just what their shapes, the shape of their scales are. It's a pattern. It's a, the term, a diamond-like design to it. They are relatively powerful creatures, and mainly due to the fact that they are both venomous and a constrictor snake. Now, don't get me wrong, these things are violent, but that's only if they were trained incorrectly or in the wild. Mostly, when you found them domesticated, they're actually relatively friendly creatures. And unlike some regular elephants, their tusks actually regrow at a rapid rate. Like, you can cut off their tusks, and for the record, this is how most people get their ivory around here. Yeah, it's actually outlawed in most places, but if it's done humanely and sanitary, it's actually perfectly legal, as long as these creatures are in a designated area. If you just go out into the wild, into the African safari, to find one of these creatures to harvest its tusks, because they're a lot bigger and more, and more pure, you're actually more likely to get in trouble, if anything. Now, other than that, they are also venomous, like I just stated earlier, but they're also poisonous in a way. Their tusks are made of ivory, yes, but their venom glands actually are infused with some types of magic that make it harder to heal and cure the poison. They can turn this on and off relatively easily. They aren't fully sentient, but they can understand commands. Now back to their tusks. One is usually a little bit thicker and shorter, whereas the other one is a little bit shorter and more of a hook shape. No clue why it's like that, but it just is. And like the name suggests, they have a trunk on them. Now, their color gradients and how these creatures came to be are more or less up to my father. He told me about these creatures a few months ago. Funny enough, they are actually formed. Well, they were actually created by him. When he was first the overseer, he wanted to create some hybrid animals, and he took the energies of a titanoboa and the energies of an African snake, actually more closely related to a woolly mammoth, and mixed them together. Hence the reason why we got this, but also threw in a venomous snake for good measure, and infused it with magic. That's pretty much how these things came to be. Now, the second creature. This creature is actually a hybrid of a praying mantis and a, how do you say this, mother frickin' bull. No, I mean like an actual mother frickin' bull. This creature is known as the, what is it called? These creatures are, come on, the documents need to be separated more easily. Come here, motherfucker. Come on! Finally, the colossal mantis bull, or the mantibull. Mantibull. Anyways, these creatures are, like I stated, related to both a praying mantis and a bull. You know, I say these things are mantabull. That's how you pronounce it. Mantabull. These things are related to both bulls and praying mantises. They are very powerful creatures in the fact that they stand on the height of an average person, and their charge packs around 500 newtons of force. So, yeah, I am not kidding, these things are strong. I've actually had to kill one before, and turns out their magic comes from their ancestry to bulls. These are made from a specific breed of bulls, known as the enchanted bovines. The enchanted bovines are a race of cattle, mostly found in bulls, male cows, to be extremely strong and fast, and their horns can pretty much grow any creature. Hence the reason why they are found on the Colossus mantis bull. Now, they have the average body of a mantis, but they are mostly found with, funny enough, rings in the noses like most cattle are. Their horns are sometimes confused for, regular antenna, but they are actually horns. They are made of bone. They have 4 legs that are actually end up in hooves, and 2 front legs that are actually like arms. It's more like a man core than anything else. Males are around 5 inches shorter than females, and unlike females mantises, they don't eat the male mantis. Matter of factly, they just mate with them and move on. They're kind of like dolphins in the fact that they frick pretty much anyone that moves. And funny enough, these are actually one of the few hybrid animals that actually do have a human form. Some golems have learned how to make human forms using their magic. Some elementals have learned how to turn into a more human-like form, but cannot change their rocky texture or their body heat, for that matter. Now, a mantibull human form is relatively easy to distinguish from a regular one. Just look at the eyes. Their eyes never really change. That and the fact that they might wear a headband that resembles bull horns on them. Although the bull horns on these, one is larger than the other. One is, well, a little bit sharper, one is more blunt. And one arm is one arm claw is bigger than the other. They do have your standard cowtail as well, with a few whisks of hair at the end, which is actually very, very flexible and can pretty much whip anything hard enough to make a sonic boom. Let's just say you do not want to be whooped in the face by one of these things. And let's just say the human versions of them are relatively strong. And let's just say that when I say relatively strong, I'm talking no magic whatsoever. Their bare minimum strength is at least due to their insectoid biology, and also bovine biology, and human as well. They can lift over 5 times their own body weight. That's still nothing compared to the Hercules beetle one I have to talk about in a few hours. Well, a few days. See y'all then, everyone. Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we got for today's video, but until next time, subscribe to Spark me or do Muscle Lunch. Goodbye, and peace out, everyone.